This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. For this is the day that the Lord has made. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
A reading from the first letter of St. Paul to Timothy. Beloved, let no one have contempt for your youth, but set an example for those who believe in speech, conduct, love, faith, and purity. Until I arrive, attend to the reading, exhortations, and teachings. Do not neglect the gift you have, which was conferred on you through the prophetic word, with the imposition of hands by the presbyterian. Be diligent in these matters. Be absorbed in them, so that your progress may be evident to everyone. Attend to yourself and to your teaching. Persevere in both tasks, for by doing so you will save both yourself and those who listen to you. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
Responsitory song. How great are the works of the Lord!
How great are the works of the Lord!
The works of his hands are faithful and just. Sure are all his precepts, reliable forever and ever, wrought in truth and equity.
How great are the works of the Lord!
He has sent deliverance to his people. He has ratified his covenant forever. Holy and awesome is his name.
How great are the works of the Lord!
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Purity are all who live by it. His praise endures forever. How great are the works of the Lord! Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Come to me, all who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest, says the Lord.
Hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
The Lord be with you.
and with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, Lord.
A certain Pharisee invited Jesus to dine with him, and he entered the Pharisee's house and reclined at table. Now there was a sinful woman in the city who learned that he was at table in the house of the Pharisee. Bringing an alabaster flask of ointment, she stood behind him at his feet weeping, and began to bathe his feet with her tears. And then she wiped them with her hair, kissed them, and anointed them with the ointment. Now when the Pharisee who had invited him saw this, he said to himself, "If this man were a prophet, he would know who and what sort of woman this is who is touching him, that she is a sinner." Jesus said, "Simon, I have something to say to you." "Tell me, teacher," he said. "Two people were in debt to a certain creditor. One owed 500 days' wages, and the other owed 50. Since they were unable to repay the debt, he forgave it for both. Which of them will love him more?" Simon said in reply, "The one, I suppose, whose larger debt was forgiven." He said to him, "You have judged rightly." Then he turned to the woman and said to Simon, "Do you see this woman? When I entered your house, you did not give me water for my feet, but she has bathed them with her tears and wiped them with her hair. You did not give me a kiss, but she has not ceased kissing my feet since the time I entered. You did not anoint my head with oil, but she anointed my feet with ointment. So I tell you, her many sins have been forgiven. Hence, she has shown great love. But the one to whom little is forgiven loves little. He said to her, your sins are forgiven. The others at table said to themselves, who is this who even forgives sins? But he said to the woman, your faith has saved you. Go in peace. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
What a merciful and loving God we worship each day. We are grateful that his love is everlasting and that his mercy is without end. And hopefully this wonderful story from the Gospel of Luke will encourage us again to evaluate ourselves with kindness, and that we might root out in our lives, especially in our thoughts, because today we have the Pharisee who thought to himself. So he didn't say anything verbally out loud. What sort of, if he wouldn't be, he can't be a prophet if he knew what sort of woman is touching him. But he thought this to himself. And so Jesus does his best to tell this parable to get him to come out of the darkness and into the light, and to realize that there's only one judge, and that the one judge who is loving and merciful does not need our assistance or our help or our advice. What we need instead is to allow the one judge to inspire us when we're tempted to judge ourselves harshly or others, that we might treat ourselves the way this one judge will treat us according to the teaching of Jesus of Nazareth.